What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday. All right, so this is how we're going to start this video off. This is going to be where I make my videos for at least now on. It might look like I'm in a room. I guess I kind of am. But this is honestly just a wall. And then what you don't know over here, right next to me, is my living room. And then the kitchen. So I'm like in this weird angle between my bedroom, my kitchen, and my living room. My house has got a weird layout. All right, so this is what this video is going to consist of. We're just going to run through the basics of what's going to go on this video, and we're going to talk a little bit about some news that came up today that is really interesting involving ROUSH, FENWAY, and KESELOWSKI. And we're going to talk a little bit on where we think Ryan Newman might end up being at for the start of the 2022 season. Now, just to get a little bit of intro going, I'm Tanner. I'm 21 years old. I have been following NASCAR since the day I was born. I have been to 2 live events, but it's rare that I miss a race either on my phone, TV, or just catching up with live updates as they go along. But like I was only a year old when Dale Earnhardt died. Still to this day, Junior has always been my favorite driver. I think that's because I grew up in the era where he was winning so much, and that kind of played a little bit of an effect to it. And as a kid, you love somebody that's winning. You don't really care. But other than Junior, since he's out, I am a Kyle Busch fan. I am a Chase Elliott fan, and definitely a Kyle Larson fan, coming up from Dirt Heritage. But this is what we're going to talk about today. This picture right here. ROUSH, FENWAY, and KESELOWSKI have finally formed a name together. And the car, man, I'm in love with this car. I love the chrome and green scheme that it's got. I don't know if it's really like a green, where it's like my color of my shirt, because pictures can be deceiving. I've seen weird angles of the car where it looks kind of like this color, and I've seen pictures like this one where it's just a normal green looking car. But what do y'all think about RFK? I really like that. I really like the chrome finish they did with it, and I think it really complements the future of NASCAR. And I'm not just saying that because of what Squidward said in that episode of SpongeBob. Future. But I think this is a good step for NASCAR in the way it presents itself, especially not just for RFK, but for NASCAR and other teams too. I would really like to see, I know Kyle Larson's car is kind of a tribute to Rick Hendrick, but I feel like if they would change the 5 on Kyle Larson's car to chrome instead of white, kept the rest of the car white, but did like a reflective chrome in the center of the 5, I think that would really complement the car and maybe even, make it stand out a little bit more, especially at the night races. Reflective stuff, we see it all the time out here on the dirt tracks. Reflective stuff really makes your car stand out, especially at night when you're going down the back stretch and it's not lit as much as it is on other places of the track, especially like places like Daytona. The back stretch isn't as lit as the front stretch. It is pretty lit, but it's not as lit as the front stretch because there's not very many fans back there. There's some places back there where campers and stuff can park, but it's not as lit as the front stretch would be. So when you're setting up high at Daytona and you see that number 5 or that number 99 or the number 6 car go by, and you can see that reflective chrome in the lights, and it adds a little bit of a characteristic to the car. And I feel like that would be something really cool to add. Maybe not to every car, because I don't feel like every car would complement it, but I feel like it would definitely, it would definitely bring some characteristics to certain cars, and it's worth a shot. Just an idea. All right. Next up, Ryan Newman. Now there's more drivers than just Ryan Newman that don't have a spot for the 2022 season. But I feel like Ryan Newman is definitely the guy that has all the talk. Seeing that he wasn't kicked out of ROUSH FENWAY. I mean, his contract was up, but his ride got taken over by Brad when he came over to ROUSH and did the co-ownership and took over his ride. But I honestly think that it might have been, and I really hate to say this, but I think that Phoenix might have been Newman's last race. I don't like to see that because that's another driver that I grew up with. I kind of feel like all my childhood heroes are slowly leaving the sport, and I feel like a lot of them had a lot more time. Like Junior's was explainable, was definitely a good reason to leave, causing a lot of health issues. But he does come back every once in a while and run the Xfinity races, and he does fairly decent when he runs those. But as far as Ryan Newman, I feel like he's not done. But at the same time, I also feel like he wasn't the same after that wreck in 2020. I did watch that wreck live, and I was honestly scared. If you haven't watched or seen that wreck or even heard of that wreck, I feel like you've been sleeping under a rock by now, because that shook all the motorsports. We thought we had honestly witnessed the end of a great driver, and we're just glad that he was able to come out of the hospital okay and race again and race another full season. Not only that, I know he didn't have the greatest of seasons, but we really appreciate you here, Ryan. And if this was your last race, I hope to see you. I'm not saying this has to be your last race ever, but I hope to see you like either return to some NASCAR races as part-time driver, or even see you out on local circuits. I think that would be really cool to see. Just hope whatever happens to you, man, whatever you decide to do, hope life treats you well. With that, folks, we're going to end today's video. This is the first video on my channel. If y'all have any questions or have any comments related to anything that we've talked about today in this video, just leave me a comment down below. Please hit that like button if you did enjoy. It would help me out a lot. Subscribe. There's going to be more racing content posted. Most likely going to be a lot of dirt content posted when dirt starts coming back. But anything racing, this is your go-to. I am IRL Tanner. I'm not going to say that again in a video. I'm Tanner, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.